Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an update tarot reading for Enhypen since I noticed that I haven't read for the group for this 2023. I had pulled cards for them or some members, but not for this year's dynamic. So yeah, and also I was reading an article about, a very uncomfortable situation that my hyper bias actually had with in a fan call. So yeah, I was like, oh, this is so unfortunate, and this is so out of place, so disrespectful. But yeah, we will discuss about this in my live during my live on the weekend. But yes, this shouldn't have happened. But yeah. So I'm going to be doing this for them. So let's start with the cards that they got. The group got Three of Swords, Ace of Wands, Nine of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and Knight of Cups. I think that starting with the Three of Swords, this is not the first time I pulled cards for Enhypen and I got the Three of Swords. So there's a very deep wound inside this group, this group identity. Things hasn't been easy for them, things hasn't been easy. They do rise up, they do come back stronger. They got very positive cards, but I think that we should, also take into consideration that there's in them there's a very deep wound, and something that it has to do with feeling sad and sometimes like even unmotivated to do things, because I think that there's this sense of like, okay, we will get criticized anyways. Like there's always going to be something, and this is this exhaustion and this sort of resignation coming from them. It has to do with that they usually get a lot of backlash, and they have it just like they have, great beginnings, and they had accomplished a lot. It seems like it comes, pair up with criticism or with hurtful words or with very hurtful reactions or actions coming from critics or the audience or people, they don't forget about that. They don't forget that it's sort of part of the experience, to realize that not everyone likes you, and that sometimes people are going to sabotage their moment, But then we have the Ace of Wands, so I think that definitely it makes them stronger. Like, honestly, the guys are very passionate. And also I think that when I see this pentacle here, this Page of Pentacles, it gives me that they are able to move on from this very fast, from this sort of uncomfortable and unhappy feeling very fast, because actually they are very young. They are very young. They are very and this also, it can be also like not so positive, but they are young. And when I say this, it could also be translated to that they can be a bit immature about the deepness of things, even the deepness of their success. It's sort of like being a bit innocent, or I would say innocent, but the word is like naive. thanks to their naivety or just how young they are at heart, or at uh, at this life that they are living, as this, success that they are transiting. In this innocence, they have the possibility to move on fast from uncomfortable situations or unpleasant interactions, or just being very disappointed in how people treat them in general. I think that I always get cards about Enhypen, that it's about not only the audience, but also it could be people from the company, like managers, or just grown-ups in general around them, just being very harsh on them. And I think that it's about, and I said this in another reading. It's about these adults asking them to grow up all of a sudden, or to be more mature all of a sudden. They are like, okay, now you are in this big group. You should be more mindful. You should be more careful. You should be wiser. You should be more intelligent. You should be, all this. You should be a certain way, or you should know this already, or you should, you shouldn't behave like this. And actually, I think that the guys will eventually, like, they will go through situations where they will show the audience that they're still kids at heart, and that, yeah, probably people will keep criticizing them from every little small detail, because they are very young. And I think that probably this is one of the, I don't know, if one of the few groups that I get, that they're not trying to act like they are older, or that they are more mature, or that they are, wiser. I think that they are definitely like acknowledging here, like, yeah, I'm young, and so what? I'm going to make mistakes, yes, but I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm moving. I'm making progress. But yes, I guess I'm going um, to be acting my age. Like, age is nothing but a number, or something like that. So they have this very raw honesty about that they are very young. And probably also the audience, the fandom, some part of the fandom, not all of them, but probably the fandom is also very young, so you can expect a lot of passion coming from the fans, but also a lot of impulsivity. A lot of impulsivity when it comes to not knowing your boundaries, or actually like being too much to them, like being too impulsive, uh, being a bit exaggerated also in their behavior. Um, so I guess it's a combination. But I think that here with the Nine of Cups in the middle of the reading is letting me know that despite of criticism, or people just trying to somehow interrupt this process of theirs, they're going to be successful anyways. They have the Nine of Cups, so they're going to be like actually achieving a lot this year. They're going to get their dreams come true. They're going to achieve a lot of their goals that they had planned. So there's this sense of like, like, I'm really satisfied with myself. I got to what I wanted. I got what I wanted, thanks to a lot of hard work. So no one is going to spoil this for me. Um, Honestly, I see them very motivated also to keep improving themselves. They're going to keep practicing. They're going to keep. Does anyone know if they're going to have a sort of tour? Because I see them like moving, like sort of handing an invitation to the fans. I don't know if they're going to have like a live event or something like that, where they're going to be celebrating with the fans. Definitely, I see them like also moving, like going different places, and just expanding love and positivity. I think this year is going to be very, very, it's going to be very successful for them. And they are going to love this, they're going to love this, definitely. Um, I think that they also are going to open up their hearts to the people that really appreciates them. They definitely have, or they are going to, um, probably also the fans probably are going to have a sort of like, like a nice gesture to them, to sort of making them feel more loved and appreciated and special. And they're going to absorb that experience and be like, oh, we come from a very uncomfortable place. Sometimes we feel like we are not that appreciated, but I guess people do love us, and I think that this is very beautiful. This is a very beautiful tarot reading, because I guess that it shows that they just have to keep on working on themselves and their sort of like their self-esteem. It's just that this is the thing. I think that people sometimes they forget that these are children, and I think that yes, we, not all of them, but I think that they forget that these are people that basically their life experiences has to do with being in the industry, so they are going to be naive in certain aspects of life, but they are learning. They are trying to be better every day. um, but I think that honestly people just like there are some parts of the audience that is constantly reminding us that, oh, these people that you are debuting, they are minors, and they are not legal of age yet, and there's this, um, all this speech at the same time when it comes to the guys, or when it comes to other new groups. You suddenly forget that they also are very young, and in this case, I think that they are very young. That people should leave them a bit alone, because they are very young, but at the same time they are not that. These are not guys that are like lost, you know. They can be naive about things, but actually they are very much focused on what they want. And actually, here with the Nine of Cups in the middle, it means that they are here because they want to be here. They are, participating in this because this is a dream come true for them. This is their wish come true. They are living it. So I think that people should also like stop ruining their moment, because this is their moment. And they will not stop working. They will keep working. They will keep perfectioning themselves. They will keep studying. They will keep like reviewing their flaws and be like, okay, I'm going to start over. Okay. But they want this, they want, um, they definitely are very proud, and they are very passionate of being part of the group and being part of the industry. Probably for some people it's like, oh, but you know their success was so abrupt. Yeah, probably it's the success was, um, and the expectation of the audience was also can be a bit traumatic, but honestly I think that what hurts them the most is the lack of trust that people have in them. And not trust, it's about how they don't think that these guys will go far. And they are like, but we want to go far, we want to go farther, we want to keep advancing, we want to keep growing, so let us, like, give us room for us to make mistakes, give us room for us to also expand. Like, we really want this. These guys really want this. You know, no one is threatening them to do this. They really want this. So I think that this is going to be a great year for them. A year of like, okay, like this is going to be very successful. They're probably going to get a lot of recognition, but they will also give it back. They will probably, have a nice moment with the fans, or they will be participating in something that is going to be a very meaningful moment for them to thank the fans their support. Um, they definitely are very invested. They are very open now to give to the fans, to give back to the audience, because they definitely are feeling the love, despite of the interruptions and the annoying people. They don't forget, they don't forget that this is a dream come true for them, and that they actually like they went through a lot to be here. So they are like, a bit positive, much more positive than um, than what people think, And honestly, seeing the Three of Swords, like at the start of the reading, it means that they are leaving that heartache behind. They are leaving that that feeling of disappointment behind. They felt it in the past. They probably felt it, I don't know, a few years back or last year. It was like a very present feeling, of insatisfaction and feeling very sad about things in general. But now it's another different story. Now they are like becoming more passionate. They are unstoppable. Honestly, they are unstoppable. And honestly, they are feeling very confident about themselves. So the cards that they got are very positive about this year. So definitely, like they are not going to look back at the hard times. They are going to learn from this, and they're going to keep advancing, and they are very proud of everything that is going on in their lives. Actually, like, even though there can be some criticism or something, they are very, very happy. They are like, they have a vision in mind, and they are accomplishing it. So they are living it, they are seeing their dream coming true, and they are so happy about it, and they are so energized by, and also focusing on the things that remind them that they are loved. you know um, Probably the fans had done something for them that it showed them that they are appreciated and loved, and that people care for them. So they feel like, oh wow, we are really loved. The fans are really looking um, um, looking up for us. They really feel protected. They feel like, okay, our fandom has our back, so we are going to do great. Something like that. So don't worry about criticism, or the guys are going to do great. The guys are going to really own this era, and it's going to be very successful. So be ready to celebrate with them as well. So yes, guys, this is all I have for Enhypen. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I see you in my next video. Bye.